Hello everybody, Lightweights here. Today I'm going to show you some beginner Skewb tips. So in this video I'm just going to show you a couple finger trick techniques as well as a couple algorithms that you can use to be faster at Skewb. So this tutorial is generally meant for people averaging around 10 seconds on Skewb, maybe a little bit more, and people using Sarah's Skewb method, Sarah's intermediate Skewb method. If you're not using that method, you're probably using one similar to it, so just stick around and see what you can get. One important tip when you're doing a Skewb solve that you want to learn from a pretty slow time, like what you're probably at now, is that you want to be color neutral. So you see right here, we could start with white, but it could be better to start with one of these other ones because they all have the same amount of colors matched up to them already. So that leads up to another thing about color neutral solves, which is that you shouldn't start with a side that already has a bunch of unoriented pieces in their places, because you'd have to take it out and put it in, and well, that one was pretty good because they're already pretty lined up, but a lot of the times it's going to be less efficient if you have to take them out and then put them back in. So just try and find the ones that have the most on the bottom layer and have the most already made. So maybe something like this would be good. Also keep in mind you'll never want to start with a side that has two made but has them opposite like this, because you'd have to take it out, orient it, and then put it in. And so another important part about Skewb solves is finger tricks. So you're going to want to learn to do something like this for a sledgehammer, which may look a little bit complicated right now, but I'll teach you it right now and it'll be pretty easy. So what you want to do is just put a thumb right here, two fingers right here, and your ring finger right here. Just kind of have all your fingers curved like this. And then what you want to do is pull down like that on the right, push as far as you can with these two fingers, and let your ring finger just rest on that piece, and then push on your thumb and let your ring finger guide this piece up, and then just rotate it like that. And then you can move back. So, an important thing is when you're pushing the second move, you have to push really far, because if you don't push far enough, if your Skewb can't backwards corner cut, it won't do anything. So push really far, that. So I know that may look a little bit complicated right now, but just practice. Ring finger here, two fingers here, thumb here, right down, right up, left up. It looks a little bit complicated on camera because it's kind of at an awkward angle, but it'll get better over time. Once you got the sledgehammer down, you may wonder about the hedge slammer, because you may not want to do it with your left hand. That's really awkward, especially for me. But what I like to do is just hold two fingers like this. It's important that it's not like this, but like this. Just do that, flick with this finger, or you can pull with this, or do both, and that. So that's hedge slammer. It's not as efficient, but you're not going to be using it as often. So it's really not that bad of an algorithm. And so something that you may have noticed is both of those finger tricks that I just showed you, it's kind of awkward to switch to that in the middle of a solve. So what I like to do is just keep the solve side that the first side that we solved, kind of on the left like this, just kind of at a tilt. And then whenever I need to do an algorithm, like let's say we need to do a sledgehammer right here, I get it in position, which isn't very awkward because I already have this tilting to that angle. Do the algorithm, and I don't have to tilt back. And then I find the other algorithm I have to do, which happens to be a sledgehammer again, and just do it. And also if you need to, say, a hedge slammer, just do like that. And you never have to move it off this left position, unlike if you were to do the inverse of the sledgehammer, which would be weird, changing it back and forth, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's much nicer to do it like that. And something else that you might find frustrating about Skewb solves is when you have like a Z-perm like this, you have to do, even with the finger tricks, you still have to do 4 sledgehammers, which takes a really long time, and it's really awkward to just shift between them every single time. And that can take a good like 5 seconds, half your solve. And so what you can do instead is just learn a quick algorithm or two. So when you have the 4 that are misplaced like this, and they're not opposite colors, hold it so that these two centers and the colors on all these corners are all different. If you do it like this, they would be the same. Hold it so they're all different, and then turn the right side up like that. So this would be R, L prime, so left side up like that, U prime, L, U, L, R, L prime, R. It doesn't really matter if you know Skewb notation, you just have to remember right side up, left side up, U prime, left side down, U, left side down, R, up, L up, R up. And so there's not too much of a finger trick to go along with that, it's just kind of do it as fast as you can, but it still can cut off a little bit of your time. I did that wrong. But that brings us to the next case, which is the H perm. We have all the colors like this, but they're opposite. And so you can read the notation up there, or follow along with what I'm doing. So it's right side up, left side down, right side up, left side up, right side down, left side up, and then you just turn the whole thing around like this and do a sledgehammer where these two pieces are. So it's the two pieces that are next to each other like this, do a sledgehammer like we learned earlier, and it'll be solved. And so one more time, that's R, L, R, L prime, R prime, L prime, Z2, sledgehammer. So yeah, I know this video is a little bit quick and unorganized, but if any of these beginner tricks helped you, make sure to leave a like down below, any suggestion for something else that you want me to do. And if you're a little bit confused on any of them, make sure to leave a comment, and I'll be sure to respond to that too. And if you want to be notified when another future video like this comes out, you can subscribe below. And anyway, if you have any other questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!